if I do, I might say the wrong words. Oh no. So I'll keep my mouth shut and not listen. Afraid I lose you if I didn't. Till we find what we're missing and compromise. So I'll keep my shoes on and not leaving. We're on thin ice, winter season. Can we find a single reason not to say goodbye? Oh, if I said what's on my mind, would you stay with me tonight? If I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? Run and hide. Run and hide. If I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? Would that make you run and hide? Run and hide. Run and hide. Oh, would that make you run and hide? Don't know what to do anymore. I'm out of options, nothing's working. I'm out of service. Come help me now, I'm fucking nervous. I'm trying but can't scratch the surface. So I'll keep my mouth shut and not listen. Afraid I lose you if I didn't. Till we find what we're missing and compromise. So I'll keep my shoes on and not leaving. We're on thin ice, winter season. Can we find a single reason not to say goodbye? Oh, if I said what's on my mind, would you stay with me tonight? If I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? Run and hide. Run and hide. If I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? Would that make you run and hide?
Well, hello everyone. Welcome to today's stream. I'm currently trying to fix whatever is wrong with OBS. Let me see if I can hear myself. Alright. Yeah. So basically OBS is frozen for me, but it apparently is still broadcasting. So how that works, I don't have a clue. So, if I can, I'll start what I had planned, but first I need to make sure that, like, OBS doesn't freak out. It doesn't appear so. Let me just triple check. Cause, yeah, on my OBS screen, like, everything is constantly frozen. Let me see how the processors are, if the CPU is overheating or something. Okay, Mission Center. How are you? Okay, 40-ish% max. So, shouldn't be having any issues. Graphics card is a bit running hot, but overall seems fine. I mean, it's mostly just the audio mixer and some of the controls that are having issues. I can see the preview just fine. It's a strange experience, if I must say. Let me see if I can... Yeah, I can interact with the chat window. It's... okay. Might as well not touch anything from OBS. Just use my Stream Deck's buttons and the little chat window that I have from StreamerBot. Besides that, do not touch anything else. So yeah, to give a bit of context of what is going to be done in today's stream, we are going to do some research into this little list that I have here. So we have one that is the embedded code editor for the web framework, because at the moment we have just that text area and it kinda isn't the best to edit posts and etc. So I'd like to maybe include a code editor in the window. Besides that, I need to investigate into some improvements I want to do into Night Tulip, which is my AI. Oh, and I can see that the timer has crashed on the stream. Tell me if the stream is still alive, please. Okay. Okay, yeah, it's still alive. I'm going to put this in a separate screen and monitor it carefully from the YouTube one. Because, yeah, this is quite weird. Oh well. We are alive. Thank you, Adam. I'm just having some issues with OBS. I can even show if it toggles to the drawing screen, which is currently hosting the OBS. As you can see, I am talking and the sliders are stuck. Oh, there it updated. But yeah, I can access this chat window over here. I can see the preview perfectly, but everything down here is essentially moving like at 1 FPS sometimes. It's pretty weird, and it's not responding that well to my Stream Deck inputs. So yeah, it's pretty weird. It's saying I only have 3 minutes into the stream when I have more. I'm already at 8, so I might have to fix whatever is wrong with OBS. Yeah, it's very interesting. Besides that, I wanted to also show how Night Tulip, my AI, is currently doing, because I moved her to my server, my home lab server, and she's actually running perfectly there. She now can connect to my Discord. I can even show the screen here. Nothing important to leak in here. As you can see, I'm in a special channel called Professor's Lounge. And if I now tell her to run, I just need to remember where I have the commands. Because, okay, it's just Python assistant.py. Alright. If I now tell her to run, so Python assistant. Oh, that's really slow. Okay, I don't like that. Alias. But assistant.py is there. Say what? Python assistant. This was working the other day. Okay, must have been some error. But yeah, now it should connect to my Discord eventually and should say like an introduction. At the moment it's not capturing my input. I misspelled assistant. Oh, I did. Thank you for noticing that. I really didn't see that one. But yeah, basically what's it doing now is basically it's acting as the brain of the AI. It's running on the server, it's not capturing my voice input. That's going to be one of the things I'm going to research how to do it differently. Because I was capturing the audio from one of my mics that's connected to the main PC. But I don't want to have to do that and say for my PC to basically handle the speech to text system as well. I'm going to offload that to the server. So when it's connected to my Discord server on that channel, it will try to capture my audio if I implement this correctly. It's my main goal for this research. It's basically where to improve it. As you can see, it's now connecting to the Discord. Soon enough it should be here. It's already on, and there it is. I don't think if it will broadcast while I'm in streamer mode, but let's test out. It takes a bit because the code is not yet optimized and the server is not like running smoothly. Still needs some improvements, because what I did is I had an old laptop running as a server. I basically cloned the hard drive and inserted into my gaming laptop because it has a 1050 a GTX 1050, so it should handle the LLMs better. And basically I'm trying to work with that. So yeah, not the best transition from one server to the other. It's kinda not perfect at the moment, but yeah, it's doing something. Okay, hey there streamers and coders, I'm Tulip. Okay, it says this phrase and eventually we should hear it on my Discord server. We just need to wait a minute, because now it grabs that whole string and parses it in the text-to-speech. So it should work. Last time I tested it was working, and it has no reason not to work now. Unless it like has a timeout error or something. Let's see. Come on, Tulip, come on, you can do it.
Hey there, streamers and coders.
And there we have it.
Your go-to AI for coding challenges, fun programming jokes, and even some friendly banter. Did you know I can recite the entire Python documentation in reverse? Just kidding, but I'm super skilled at debugging and optimizing code. Can't wait to dive into the coding chaos with you all.
I gotta say, I'm quite happy with that. I was so excited to show that on stream, because I spent the whole of Sunday working on how to do this. Because I was like, okay, I'm going to relax, I'm going to my normal card shop just to relax with the guys, I'm going to come back and I'm going to work on the AI, because this is awesome. And here we have it. It now does text-to-speech perfectly. I had to optimize the code a lot, but I gotta say it's perfect as is. Yeah, but no, it says the 5-minute waiting for it to speak. Yeah, that's because it's running on a gaming laptop from 8 years ago, so it's not exactly end of the line things. So yeah, could be worse. I'm not expecting it to be like a Nero-sama clone. Just want it as my AI stream companion to crack a few jokes every now and then. Basically, just see what I can do with AI for myself. But yeah, I'm quite happy with how it's turning out. And since it's now running on a special server for it, my computer is basically fine, since it's now not basically hogging all the CPU and the memory. So I can stream without any cares in the world, because it's offloaded to a different machine. Yay! So yeah, what I wanted to do now was basically, I'm going to search into Yeah, I know I had the 1052 before. Used to wait 40 minutes to upscale a 50-second clip. Holy yeah. Yeah. Basically, one day I might upgrade the server to use like an actual server CPU and a graphics card with basically a more top of the line graphics processing chip, but right now I don't have the budget to anything like that. So I had to scrap a bit my old gaming laptop, since I'm going to switch to a Framework 12 one of these days, and the laptop isn't in use at the moment, so I thought maybe I'm going to just switch it to my server and see how it goes. See if it can handle transcoding, things like those. See how it handles the AI. Right now it's doing better than my PC was doing, because I was running directly on the CPU instead of the GPU, because LLMs and text-to-speech do not support AMD graphics at the moment. So either I buy an NVIDIA GPU, or I use my server that has an NVIDIA GPU. So yeah, that was my only option at the moment. But yeah, basically what I'm going to have to do now is program a server and program a client. Client will be running on my computer, will be just a simple window with like the context, what is the AI saying, basically managing the memory, things like those. Yeah, doesn't support AMD. I tried my best to see if I could, but no. Basically, my GPU doesn't support those kind of things. So yeah, this is my solution for now. Eventually, when the time comes, there might be a better solution, but for now, it is what it is. So I now have a lot of research to do. I have this embedded code editor for the web framework, so we can improve the basically quality of life for all of the web framework. How to implement WebSocket communication in Python, because I need to make the client and the server for the AI. How to capture Discord audio input and basically divide by username. So imagine I'm speaking, someone else is speaking in the server at the same time. How do we split the audio? Like, do we have different streams available to us via something? And can we input it all into the AI at the same time? That's going to be one of the challenges, because I haven't investigated too much into it at the moment. Besides that, I wanted to also include a VTuber Studio integration. So VTuber Studio would be running on my computer, and the Python client would be basically communicating with it. So imagine the server says that the AI is talking, and yeah, sounds hard, it is hard, yeah. I'm still seeing how I'm going to do all of this. But yeah, it's a fun challenge and basically something for the stream to be excited about as well, because we might have an AI soon. Besides that, I just noticed that my avatar is missing. Let me go open it up. Really pro streamer here. Thank you. It's going to be fun. I'm going to try to basically record everything related to Night Tulip, because it's going to maybe be my mainstream project. Because I've noticed that whenever I do one of my main projects like the games, the stream doesn't really like it much. So I was thinking maybe get a different project to be the mainstream project, and on the side I work on the games, whatever else, so the stream isn't bored the hell out while I'm streaming. So yeah, the AI was like bolt of lightning hitting my head, because yeah, it's something I already had plans to do but didn't pull the trigger yet. and only on Saturday night I was like, let's do it. Should be fun. What's the worst that can happen? Oops, I shouldn't have said that. I was just talking to friends about saying that specific phrase on stream, and I go and say it. I'm an idiot sometimes, so bear with me. But yeah. Essentially, we have a lot of things to work, but I have a general idea of the implementations we need to do. So let's start with the main point, embedded code editor for web framework. I'm going to investigate a few options and weigh in how good they are and how good would be an implementation into the system for the web framework. Mainly the admin management system, because that text area is atrocious to deal with when you try to do code on it. So yeah, let me just update the working on text if OBS decides to collaborate, because yeah, it's really slow. Okay. Yes, OBS, I know. Come on, let me add it. Okay, researching how to embed a code editor into the web framework. That should be it. Tell me if you notice the stream like lagging out or something, so I can take a look at it, because on my end it's basically just OBS throwing a hissy fit, but I really don't know, because it might be affecting the stream and I'm not exactly paying too much attention to it. Yeah, I'm noticing a lot of buffering. I'm not liking how this is going. Yeah, my GPU somehow is basically at 73%. Is OBS really wasting a lot of my GPU out of nowhere? Because this doesn't make any sense. Or is it my drawing tablet that is basically messing the system up? Because I'm not understanding this correctly. Let me do this. I'm going to move OBS to my second screen. And same thing for the VTuber avatar. And I'm going to turn off the bottom screen. See if it improves something. Because this is really weird. Okay, I can see myself clearly yet. Let me just do something. Yeah, OBS is still doing its thing. I really don't understand. Let me do something. It might be because the room is too hot and basically the computer is also frying. Sorry for the noise. Going to turn on the air conditioner. See if it cools down everything. Because this room can be a furnace at times. And let me adjust my VTuber avatar so it's not like invisible body below it. Okay, that should be better. Okay, it's still tracking me perfectly. But I really don't understand. 48 degrees, okay, it's not that bad. What is basically using all of the GPU? Kalido. Okay. It's not that bad. Okay, as for memory, seems fine. That's shared memory, never mind. OBS, Edge, Steam, Kaleido, Stream Controller, Discord. Okay, let me do this. I'm going to disconnect from the call before it starts like overloading the the system a bit. Let's see if it improves. But yeah, give me feedback from time to time, because I'm not exactly 100% looking at the screen. So yeah. But let me see on Twitch. Okay, even on Twitch it's fine. Should be fine. Okay, embeddable code editor for HTML, CSS. Let's create a code editor. Apologies, code editor for your website. Okay. YouTube is loading a bit. Give it a second. Might be because I have the ad blocker on. But if I turn it on off, there's a chance that an ad that shouldn't appear on stream will appear on stream. Jaconix, welcome! How are you? You are from Ichigo's server, aren't you? Let me guess, you noticed that I was live from the user screen. Welcome aboard. I'm currently doing some research into possible future streams since I need some new code. Yeah, figured as much. Yeah, so basically I was doing some research into an embeddable editor, code editor for my website management framework. And after that, I was going to do some AI research for improvements to Night Tulip. I already tested it on stream. It worked really fine, just slow in generating the text-to-speech and the messages, but that's to be expected. It's running on a laptop. It's not exactly perfect. But yeah, after that, I can just code the client and the server to communicate with each other. But yeah, besides that, I'm going to try to see how I can embed a simple code editor, because doing it with the text area kinda pisses me off sometimes, because I try to tab by instinct and it tabs out from the code editor. Okay, that seems simple enough. Huh. If I could basically grab something in the JavaScript to say, when this block is updated, update a text area at the same time, I basically wouldn't need to do many edits to the code. Basically I could just include this and have it automatically refresh synchronously with the changes. Huh. Honestly, this might be interesting. Let me see how it looks. Okay, would be code editor without the button options, but honestly, I'll take it. So that's Ace Code Editor, is that it? Ace.js. Okay. Let me go search for it. High performance code editor for your website. Embedding guide. Okay. A simple code like that. For editor, set theme, session, set mode. So I need to hook into the update function if it has one, and work from there. How to guide. Ace.edit. Okay. Yes, options, Ace.edit, set options, get options, changing the size of the editor, setting themes, setting the programming language mode. Okay, that's interesting. One editor, multiple sessions. Alright. Chat value, get value. Get selected text. Okay. You could also do buttons for it. Using undo manager. Searching. Okay. There's a lot to read, but to listen for a non-change. Okay. So most likely I need to hook into this method to update the text area where the code would be. Yeah. Okay, sounds fine to me. Seems like a good solution for what I want. So I'm going to copy the main link and I'm going to paste into here. Hook into this one. Hook into the change event to update a hidden text area with the code that will then be fed into the API. Okay, that's simple. Do I need to do something else? Maybe plan to create a toolbar for things like, I mean, what can I basically do to it? It had some references here. Let me see. Session get selected text. I could basically insert blocks, like insert image blocks fed from the embed API. Could basically do a lot of things here. Okay, let me just see if there are other options, but this one seems like a good winner. Build code editor like CodePen. Okay. Let me do something. I'm going to disable your block before the buffering annoys me. I swear to God, if you show me an ad for Hero Wars or something like that, I'm going to turn it back on. I am not joking. Because I'm dead tired of seeing that ad. Okay, skip. Let's go. Oh, okay. This would be one for a multi-language editor. Not my specific use case at the moment, but could also be interesting. Okay, but yeah. It's not exactly what I want to do, although I want to implement previews. But for that, I need to tinker around with the system still a bit. Because it's not easy. At least not the way I programmed it. Create a preview that obtains the layout of the website, the style sheet. Okay, wait, I need to separate this by blocks. It obtains, in case of editing the style sheet, it should obtain, for example, the layout and basically first page to use as an example. Okay. In case of editing the layout, should obtain the style sheet and same as up here. Oops. In case of editing a page / post, style sheet, layout, and I think that's it. In case of post, the necessary code to interpret it as a post. Okay, and that should be it. Essentially, it would be a bit of a troublesome thing, but it can work. I could maybe make a custom component on top of this that accepts the style sheet and and the layout in the constructor, and then just embed it. I mean, it might work. Build custom component that takes the following, what's it called in English? Arguments. I think it's that. So we'll take content, style sheet, layout, and generates a preview given those inputs. Okay, that should do the trick. Sorry if this is a bit more of a boring stream, but I kinda need to organize my thoughts because last week wasn't the best I could do. It was really messy with how I was doing things, so I need to improve a lot on that. Do my research first, then jump head straight into doing it, because otherwise I'm going to start scrambling for what to do. Okay, WebSockets to connect client and server. Let me convert this as well into a page. Okay. Let me just grab Python, implement WebSocket server and client. Okay, building real-time applications with Python and WebSockets might be this. Okay, example client request headers, get chat, WebSocket key, WebSocket version. Alright, obtain a response. Connection established, WebSocket frames, advantages of WebSockets, low latency, reduced overhead, two-way communication, scalability. Alright, that's mostly what I want since I'm using a client-server interpretation of how to do an AI. Yeah, so use WebSockets. Cross-site WebSocket hijack, and basically this doesn't matter because it's running on my local network. It doesn't have any access to the outside. So, yeah. Okay. These steps are already done since the AI is already using this. Installing the WebSockets library. Okay, basic project structure. A server.py and a client.py. Clone the repo, etc. WebSocket server, so function to handle each client connection. Okay, add a WebSocket client to the connected clients array, list, whatever. And then basically listen for messages. Async for message in WebSocket for client in connected clients. If client not equal WebSocket, await client.send message. Okay, broadcast the message to all other connected clients. Oh, I get it, okay. In case I wanted to have multiple clients running at the same time, so it synchronizes whatever I send to the client. Okay, in this case it would be a real-time application for messaging. That's why it's doing this. Alright, I understand that. Except... okay, in case of an exception, connection closed, you pass. Okay, basically you say that's done. Finally, connected clients.remove the WebSocket. Okay. So once it's over, you remove it. Okay, that's simple enough. Okay, you can customize the port. Await server, waited, close, okay. Okay, simple enough code. basically I'd have to implement code to handle the pass. So in case something like pass.send message, pass is send message, like send a message to the AI saying something. In case, for example, set memory to something, go to the AI, say insert into the database for the memory this specific message, so you memorize it every time. Okay, that can be done. So yeah, let me just... Now I'm kinda like focus on making sure the live isn't like having any issues, because that OBS thing kinda threw me off. But yeah, it seems OBS just basically decided to poop itself, and yeah. But yeah, everything seems to be fine. Let's ignore OBS for now, because it says I'm still running on 17 minutes when it's almost been an hour in a bit. So yeah. WebSocket client. Okay, I think with WebSockets.connect, say that it's a WS request. Okay. Message input. Alright. Send message. How do I specify the pass? Because that's my question about it. Because in here we have something for the pass, but if we check, it's not being used. My purpose would be to basically have it running that pass as well. But let me see. Okay, for now I'm going to keep this in the notes. Where is it? Here. Okay. But I want something more in depth. Not to be so. Okay, let's go with this one by PyHost. So same thing, install the package. Receive data as data. Okay, run until complete, run forever. Alright. Socket client, etc. Okay. Okay, there's a v3 channel 1. But is it declared somewhere up here? It isn't. Is it handled anywhere? Nope. So basically also not specific to the details I want, but I can try to implement some solution later on. WebSockets, well, true. Receiving if name age. Okay. WebSocket server. Handle different pass. Only specifying a pass in the WebSocket server. Okay, something like this. Not true, etc. Python code has no mention of the pass WebSocket anywhere inside of it, so it wouldn't expect it to do the filtering you desire. The server is bound to an IP address in the port. Any incoming WebSocket connection will be dispatched to a web server no matter the pass. This method handles all WebSockets it passes to pass, and it can use that information however it wishes. The method you wrote doesn't check the pass variable, so it will handle requests at any time at any pass as long as the IP address and port are correct. So my guess was correct. I just basically do something like IP port slash and whatever I want to call, and on the server side have basically several statements, looking for each of the paths, and handling the information from there. So yeah, this is kind of useful for me, just so I don't have that same doubt again. Okay, seems good to me. If I'm going too fast, please stop me, because yeah, sometimes I have that habit of just going zoomies, and basically when I see something I'm going to basically fast analyze everything about it, and yeah, that's a bit of a habit I'm trying to break. So yeah, do catch my attention if I'm doing something and you need a better explanation. But yeah. Okay, that should be it. So I can just plan out some things. So implement WebSocket path handling for the following. Something like this. Stop TTS execution in case of a bad phrase incoming. Stop skip TTS execution, so call something on the Discord side and say cut the audio, stop there, and basically that's it. What else? So sending messages and text to the LLM, e.g. via Discord DMs. I mean, if it's Discord DMs, the AI has access to it, not that. Maybe text prompts via the client. Managing memory. So add delete. Do I want to add anything else? Trying to remember. But yeah, I think that's it for now. This can be improved later on. It's not like set in stone that it needs to be this and this only. So yeah, this is basically just research, so I can then like jump directly to doing this. Discord input with username distinction for inputting STT, speech to text, and this avatar froze. Hold up. Is it working? Okay. I don't know why my computer lately has been freaking out with some things regarding the stream. It was working fine, and since Saturday something happened. I don't know what. Either I updated the package I shouldn't, but I really don't know. Okay, but for now it appears it's tracking me fine, so I'll be happy with that. Let me just do something. How is the stream going? Okay, it's still going fine. For once, Twitch isn't complaining that the bitrate is unstable. It's handling the 6,000 kilobytes per second perfectly. So, okay. This. Let me... Or is it? I can type... Oh, turn into page. Okay. Discord input with username distinction for inputting STT into the AI's brain. Brain in this scenario, the server. I call it a brain because it technically is that, although not exactly. But yeah, let me see. So I'm using the discord.py library filter. voice channel input. Let me see if there's something. How to integrate Pi Audio and Discord.py to play audio from my microphone. Not exactly that. Pi Audio PCM. Yeah, no. That's not what I want to do. That's what I did for the AI to speak in Discord. And yeah, Avatar crashed again. Let me restart the window. Give me a second. I really don't know what's going on, and I'm starting to get a bit pissed and frightened at the same time. Okay, are we working? Appears so. No way. Okay, let's just keep it like that. Okay, is it possible to retrieve audio source from... And the rest cut out. Let me be careful about Reddit, because sometimes it blocks my client and exposes my IP address. And yeah, then Professor Leo Editor has to basically block the IP out. So yeah, not fun. You can use voice. Okay, let me see. Is it possible to retrieve audio source from voice channels yet? I'm looking to finish building my simple chat GPT bot with text-to-speech and speech-text capabilities. But the Discord PY library doesn't really allow us to retrieve audio source from a voice channel. I have looked into other forks of Discord PY, but they don't seem to work. I just need to figure out a way to capture audio from a voice channel. That's kind of what I want, but I want the added feature of filtering by username. Because otherwise I'm going to confuse the AI with so many inputs at the same time, just in the same single block. It's not filtering by, like, Leo said this, that person said that, and yeah, the AI will think I said everything, and I don't think that's the best case scenario. So I kind of want to do something that Neurosama already does, which it basically can filter out the multiple Discord voice inputs. I just need to find out how I can do something like that. Let me see, you can use voice sync and FFmpeg or whatever it's called to capture the audio, save it, and set it to your program or process it locally as needed. Okay. Discord.py dev removed it or renamed it. I can find it. Okay, that's one of the extensions I found during my first research. Could probably find some SDT that has voice recognition so it can recognize speakers. Can also be a solution. Yeah, but I think this library, from what I researched last time, like just a minor research, can already filter out everything. But yeah, so this extension should be more or less functional, but the code is not yet feature complete. No guarantees are given for stability or random breaking changes. I mean, what's the... never mind what I was going to say. I was going to jinx myself. Yeah, never mind. I'm gonna be quiet. But yeah. Feature overview. Custom voice protocol client. No monkey patching or bizarre hacks required. Simply use the library feature. Okay, new events. This extension adds the unimplemented voice WebSocket events and 3 virtual events. See new events. Okay. What are your new events? I mean, I clicked on it, but yeah, that doesn't work at the moment. Speaking state. It is now possible to determine if a member is speaking or not. Voice receiver client gets speaking or using the speak events inside an audio sync. Okay. So the overall API is designed to mirror the Discord PY. Voice send the API with the audio sync being the counterpart to the existing audio source. Okay, convenient, included in utilities, batteries included in the form of useful built-in audio syncs, some to match their audio source counterpart, some I merely considered useful. See to do. Okay. Optional extras, slightly more complex, include batteries that depend on external packages. These live in extras. They can be installed by adding their optional dependency, pip install Discord, okay, or all of them can be installed by specifying extras instead. See extras. Okay. More or less type, it's probably fine. Yeah, no worries there. It's probably fine. What can happen? And notice I didn't say, what's the worst that can happen? Knock on wood. Okay. Usage. Voice receive client. Okay, must be used. Voice channel connect. Okay, that's kind of already being done, but might not be the same exact way. So if I look into the code for how Tulip is coded, it should be something different. Where be Discord? Modules, discord.py. Voice channel, channel connect. Yeah, it's a different way. Discord.voice channel. Okay. We need to also find a way to basically tell it to specify a channel. Unless this kind of hooks into the discord.py. So receives audio data into an audio sync. A sync is similar to an audio source class, where most of the logic is done in a single callback function, but in reverse. Okay, is listening. So if the Discord library is listening, stop listening. Okay. Receiving audio specifically if the bot is reading from the voice socket. Okay. Okay, and this is listening. Okay, I need to basically switch my brain to say that the code is on top line and the bottom line is the explanation. Because normally I think the other way around. First the explanation, then the code. Okay. So stop. This function now stops both receiving and sending of audio. Okay. Stop receiving audio, stops playing audio. Get a speaking state, voice activity, the green circle of a member. User is typed in for convenience, returns none if the member was not found. Alright. Sync. This is a lot of code to read, not code, documentation. One voice member disconnect, so I'm trying to think now of a simple example. I need to listen to a connect and a disconnect and basically get a list of members currently active. From there, get the... what was it called? Oh, crying out loud. It sometimes basically locks my controls when I have something selected. Okay, get speaking. So from that list of members, I need to go into all of them and say get speaking. There might be a more practical way of doing that. On voice member speaking state. Oh. First and foremost, this event does not refer to the speaking indicator in Discord. For voice activity, see on voice member speaking start. Okay. This event is fired when the speaking state, speaking mode of a member changes. This happens when a member first speaks, transmits audio in the voice, but only once per session. A member activates or deactivates priority speaker mode. Okay, not exactly that. On voice member video, on voice member flags, voice member platform. Okay. Determine if it's on desktop, Xbox, alright. On voice member speaking. Virtual events for the state of the speaking indicator, the green circle. These events are synthesized from packet activity and may not exactly match what is displayed in the Discord client due to performance issues. With async.io, this event is sync only and cannot be async. Alright? Let me go grab something. I know I have some link here for... Okay, this is an example. So this library already has examples on how we can do something like that. Okay, logged in, set up hook, define callback. Okay, but it's not kinda what I want. And that's voice power, value, power, print. So you define this callback. You say got packet from user. You then process it somewhere in here from the voice data. What would be the voice data? Search for this symbol. Fine, I'll do it myself, because I don't feel like logging in on Edge. Okay, that's a lot of things. Utils. Add wrapped, okay. Dear Lord. Reader. You know what? I might log in into GitHub so I can fast search the things. And face tracking lost it again. I really don't know what's going on. For some reason face tracking sometimes stops. OBS also freezes. It's really weird. But as long as the stream keeps going, that's all that matters for now. Okay. So, let me see. I'm going to try to log in into my GitHub account. Let me just put it on the side here. Well, I log in. No, sign in with passkey, please. Give me just a second so I can sign in. Okay. Oh, come on. Oh, use passkey to sign in. There it is. Connect devices. Okay, follow the steps on your device. Yes. Okay, that should be it. And I'm logged in. Okay. So let me go into this one. Okay. Class voice data. How are you defined? All voice data container object for audio data and source user. That's mostly what I want, because I want to filter by that. Let me reopen Kalido. Something isn't going exactly right with my computer at the moment. Need to see what's wrong with my Linux setup, because now even Kalido isn't opening. Fun times. Let me see. Yeah. Kalido kinda crashed. Let me reopen it. Okay, there we go. Oops. Okay. That should be fine again. Okay, seems fine. Need to find a way to lock movement. Because, yeah, that keeps happening a lot. Okay, we are fine again. And OBS decided to basically freeze. So I don't know if I'm still live. It doesn't. Okay, it appears that I am, but I'm not 100% sure because OBS is being a bitch. Okay. Classface data. So you get the packet. What is the audio packet? Okay, it's basically something above from RTP. Okay. Would there be a way to, let me see, self.pcm? I think I read something about converting a PCM to an wave somewhere. Let me see. Python PCM to wave. Yeah, you have something like that. So I can grab this PCM, convert it to wave, feed it to speech to text, and say, this user said this, and there you go, AI, have fun. And I actually need a tool for this. The Python standard library comes with the wave module for writing .wav files, and of course raw.pcm files. Can be just opened as plain binary files, and if you need to do any symbol transformations that aren't trivial with a list of comprehension, they are trivial with audio op. Sorry about that. For example, this is a complete program for converting stereo 16-bit light endian. Okay, that's a little bit too audio speak for my taste. But yeah, essentially this is what I want to then convert to a WAV file and input into my code. They want this window, this one. Okay, PCM to wave. And first, I need to copy this. Okay, and we have that. So, data is this. And example on receiving audio input from Discord voice channel like this. Then we have the specification of the data. Okay, that's fine. We have how to convert PCM to wave, and from the wave file properly named to username dot wave, feed into STT, and then to the tulip, to the AI, basically. Okay, that should be it. Sounds simple, but I'm going to go on a limb and say this is going to be a pain in the ass to implement at first. Researching, let me just update the working on as soon as OBS lets me. Okay, researching improvements for the AI. Okay, simple enough. let's see, what's next? VTuber Studio integration. Oh, this is going to be one heck of a stream, heck of a research. Let me see. Turn into page. Okay. Going to close these windows and say Python connect to VTuber Studio. Intro to the VTuber Studio API for interactive live 2D. VTubing software the dumb way. How to set up AI VTube Studio Assistant? No. VTuber using GPT-3 and Google Cloud DTS. Kinda, but also no. Linking Python to a 2D model. That's what I want. And God forsake Kalido today. Seriously, what's going on? Is it exploding with my GPU and every time it like peaks to 100% it kinda crashes, or what? Because at the moment it's only Kalido that's using the GPU, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, there it is. Yeah. It's only Kalido. So, another thing for the stream is research another software for me to use that doesn't like crash my GPU. Because at the moment it's peeking really into my GPU. And I'm not liking that. Next, processor is fine, memory is fine, GPU. And it's a potent GPU, so yeah. Although, this data correct? Memory usage 12 gigabytes total. Yeah, that should be mostly correct. Okay. Apologies. Hello, I'm making an AI assistant and I want to control the model with Python, mostly to trigger expressions and animations. Anyone knows any easy software? I'm sorry, I don't understand Python whatsoever, but VTube Studio already has a function to set up and trigger expressions and animations you rigged in Live 2D with custom keystrokes. Oh? Let me see that. Where do I copy current address? I found this library. Okay, thank you. Going to research. Copy the wrong link. Let me see. Copy. Does it work like that? Yeah. Trying to get used to streamer bot chat. So yeah. Python library for interacting with the VTube Studio API. Oh. PyVTS is a Python library for interacting with VTube Studio API. You can easily use the library to develop VTube Studio plugin to achieve your goals. For example, adding new tracking parameters to enable more actions on live 2D avatars. Okay. Using the async IO. Alright. Create an instance with default values and do whatever you want. To see more examples, you can use a tutorial in the documentation. Okay. Plugin name, etc. Okay. Request authenticate token. Request authenticate. Start parameter. Okay. Request custom parameter. Add a new parameter. Okay. After all, use vts.close to disconnect. Alright. So, start the API in VTube Studio. Hopefully it will work in Linux. I'm currently running it via Steam Proton. It should work. Okay, VTS request authenticate token. It will request a token from VTube Studio API and save it in the local file. Alright. This is the authentication part. The usage. Let me see. Okay. We have that. Trigger a hotkey. Okay. Connect, authenticate. Request. Request hotkey list. Okay. Hotkey list, append, hotkey name. Okay. Should show something for each of the animations. Correct. Send hotkey request. Okay, request trigger hotkey. Hotkey list. Okay. So, I could basically tell it to have the emotions as hotkeys. And depending on the emotion, trigger and animation. That could work. Only thing that couldn't be done at first would be lip syncing with the AI voice, but we can research into that at a later time, because right now we have already a lot to be done. But yeah, using functions, you could use different functions to do different things. Note, it would be better to use await VTS close at the end of every function. VTS connect, VTS request authenticate at beginning of every function. Right. Okay, connect house, trigger, etc. The API reference has more stuff. Okay. We'll look into that then. We're just going one by one, but yeah. Holy. Okay. Async close, async connect, event subscribe. Subscribe event from VTS API. Okay. Message return from YouTube Studio API. Right. Get authentic status, connection status, load icon. Okay, because what we are trying to do is basically implement a plugin into VTube Studio in this way. Hold up, I think the graphics card spiked again. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Okay. Seriously, what's going on with this? Trying to guess that. Look for request tracking parameter list. Okay. Request tracking parameter list. Okay. And request custom parameter. And it froze again. Okay. Either something is wrong with my graphics card, or something in the system is overloading the graphics card. And it's not VTube, the VTuber software. Because this is strange. I basically did nothing and it crashed again. Okay, whatever. Request custom parameter. Okay. Add your own new tracking parameters and use them in your VTube Studio models. Alright. Maximum bound for the parameters. So, for example, parameter for the mouse. Say, for example, I'd have to lip sync from there. It's possible. Just need to tinker around with everything. But yeah, can I? Yeah, can do this. So this is memorized. Okay, so we have this link to the API reference. And we have the one, okay, the request tracking parameter list will give you dict of parameters for tracking, and then you can change them with set parameter value. Okay, thank you. So, request, where is it? Tracking parameter. Okay, use this. I hate how Edge selects things. Okay, so use this to get the list of parameters. And request set parameter value. Okay, I'm going to set this this into here. Yes. Okay, I need to switch browsers one of these days, because that is going to annoy me. To set the value we want. Most likely from the client, depending on the answer on the server. We'll need to investigate what I want to do with that. But yeah, let me grab Kalido again. Yeah, I really don't know what's going on with my system. I'm completely bit at this moment. It just works when it wants. Okay. Request trigger hotkey. Okay, that could be also one. I mean, with the hotkeys I could do something like add the cat ears and things like those. So that could be also a thing. Request trigger hotkey. Oops, I mean to control click there. And for crying out loud, I'm eventually going to put just a PNG of myself on the stream if this continues to break. Okay. And now I lost where I was in my thinking. Okay, use hotkeys for things like switching accessories. Okay, we'll need to investigate this when I'm developing the VTuber model for it, because this feels like a lot to do. Window creation. Now there's something that's going to basically be fun. I remember using something in Python. There was a library for Windows. Create window. What was it? tkinter, and that's it. tkinter, what? However you spell it. I really don't know. Okay, create a GUI using tkinter and Python. Okay. What is a GUI? What is tkinter? How can we create a window? How can we display? Okay. So tk.tk, root main loop. Alright. Open the window. Okay. Root.title, set example. Okay, this is for setting everything regarding the window. Makes sense. How can we display text in a label? Okay. tk.label, define that it uses the root object. Text, nothing will work unless you do. Okay. Alright. Seems simple enough. We'll need to design everything, but tkinter, whatever. Seems like a good library for it. Going to turn into page. Call this. Let me just drink some water. I'm starting to feel my mouth a bit dry. So, be right back. I really don't advise talking for 8 hours at work and then come stream. it does quite the number on yourself. Yeah. But it's also fun, so who am I to say it? Okay, create Python GUI with Ginter. And I can basically use Excalibur to draw some windows. Let me just switch around the screens. So, into here, open Excalibur. And wait a minute, because my mouse normally freezes when I'm like switching screens and etc. Drawing. Go into here and reset the canvas. Yes. I just need a simple drawing, so nothing too complex. Okay. Switch to the pencil and stroke width. So, main window. Let's say, how do I want to do this? And for crying out loud, the avatar froze again. Okay, seems fine again. Okay. So what do I want? Maybe some tabs? I'm trying to think how it would be basically the best approach to take for something that I'm going to use a lot. I could have something like, let me do first a window, so I can then size the components. So I could have something like a few buttons up top saying, for example, what do I want to do? Memory. So this would be a button. Stop. Not really stop. In this case, what I want to do is a skip voice line, something like that. So in case the AI tries to say something it shouldn't, I just press that button and it stops. Then we can have the context. Would I call it context? No. History first in here. And the button for the context will be up here. Okay, that should be understandable. We have a list of history here, like this. Okay. Say for example you said this, and Tulip replied with something. Then someone in chat, X, Y, Z, said something else. Tulip said something. So I can just go into here and say, I like that answer, memorize it, use it later on. So yeah, I tried to do something like that. In here, on the right side, what do I want to do? I'm trying to think. I had a better design before the stream in my head, but now basically kind of lost it. Okay, down here I can put like a little chat box with send icon. I don't really know how to draw that icon, but I mean, should be simple enough. Okay, so send message to Tulip. In here, we can have a button with trying to remember how to draw this cat. I think it was something like this. Okay. I'm going to highlight that button and say it's the save button. Save button. Okay. And the avatar froze again. Let me just do that. At least the fix is simple. I just need to stop and start the recording again. Let me see. Current voice line. Something like that. Show what she's trying to say. If I don't like it, skip. And that should be good. Seriously. It froze again. I mean, is the stream really working? Because I'm starting to have doubts. Because this is kinda annoying me. I don't like that it's buffering a lot on the Twitch side. But it seems fine. For crying out loud. Okay, that seems fine. Let me see on YouTube. Okay, at least on YouTube it's still 1 hour and 30, so seems fine to me. Okay, second design, the memory screen. That's a bit too close for my taste. Okay. Okay, the memory screen will be here. Memory should be a simple screen like this. And say tulip. Something like this. Have a trash bin. Leo said something like this. Have a trash bin. I could use this so she could memorize things like her birthday, my birthday, something from chat, things like those. Seriously, I'm going to open a mission center, keep an eye out for it, and see if it's really the GPU that's kind of messing up. Because this is really weird. Okay, we can continue. Like this should be fine. Okay, then in green, the context. Context window. Okay. Should also just be simple window that says something like you are tulip, an AI made for etc 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 ad eternum, and then have a button saying save up here, and this will synchronize with the database and say this is your context, now do what you want with it. Okay. For proof of concept of the client should be enough. Eventually, when I have more time and want to do improvements, I'll go back into the design and see what I can do. Let me now grab this and feed directly into the whatever it's called, Notion. Copy to clipboard. There's Notion here. Okay. I can switch back to my main screen. Okay, seems fine. Okay, just some hiccups it has from time to time. Either way, I'm having the Mission Center window open in the bottom screen, so I can see what is going on. Okay, memory functionality. Now, that's the fun one. How am I going to implement memory into the AI? Like, I thought about using a database, but how do I want to structure it? Because, yeah, simple enough, I already designed the window to manage it, but I need to implement it as well. So, yeah, let me turn into page. Okay, where do I have the... Here it is. The window I was editing on. Let me just see something. I'm receiving a lot of notifications. Hold a bit, please. Un momentito. Okay. Nothing important. Let's move on. So, implementing memory into an LLM. Python AI LLM memory. Let me see if someone already did some research into it that I can use. Okay, implementing memory in LLM applications using LangChain. Let me see. This article discusses how to implement memory in LLM applications using the LangChain framework in Python. We often use LLM applications like ChatGPT as what was he called? There's a streamer that says ChatGPT, and I kind of got the habit of sometimes saying it by instinct. What is he called? Let me check. Primagen, that's it. He always says ChatGPT, and it kind of got stuck in my head. Okay, ChatGPT or Google Gemini conversationally to get better answers to our queries. We prompt iteratively, and at every iteration we provide an improved prompt. Okay. Understanding memory in LLM applications. The ability of LLM applications to store and infer information from past interactions is called memory. To understand this, let's give the following two queries to Google Gemini. Who is Musk? Answer in one sentence. When was he born? Okay. Gemini will provide that information. Why do we need memory in LLM applications? Apologies. Starting to basically have a bit of difficulty speaking because it's been a long day and I'm still speaking. So, getting a bit tired voice-wise. But yeah, I can hold on until at least one more hour. Okay, why do we need to understand why we need memory? Let's create an application using LangChain and Gemini AI. In the application, we will ask both the questions that we ask Gemini AI in the example given in the previous section. Okay. What is memory in LangChain? Memory is implemented by passing information from the chat history along with the query as part of the prompt. LangChain provides us with different modules we can use to implement memory. Conversation buffer memory stores all messages in the conversation history. Buffer window memory, okay, stores the k most recent interactions of the conversation history. We can specify k according to our needs. Entity. Remembers facts about entities such as people, places, objects, and others. So, for short-term memory, I might use conversation buffer window memory. It might work. Like, say, the 50 most recent ones, maybe. Like, do a bit of a trial and error on the values. Because if I do a conversation buffer memory, I don't have a guarantee that I'm not going to like overflow in data. So yeah. And the entity basically for the most important parts. It extracts information about the entities and builds its knowledge as a conversation progresses. Yeah. What I want to implement is the entity first, so it memorizes at least the information about itself, me, and the chat. Conversation summary memory. As the name suggests, conversation summary memory summarizes the conversation and stores the current summary. This memory is helpful for longer conversations and saves costs by minimizing the number of tokens used in the conversation. Okay. How to implement memory? Give me a second. I need to take a break because I'm starting to have really a lot of difficulty speaking. So I'll be right back.
I got lost at night, under the stars up in the sky. Directions hard to find, under the stars up in the sky. I got lost at night, under the stars up in the sky. Directions hard to find, under the stars up in the sky. I don't know where to take this, I don't wanna break this. We're living in the moment, we're living in the moment. Your head is on my shoulder, we're never getting older. Baby, it's you and I. Yeah, we're stars in the sky. Yeah, we're stars in the sky. You see that you're leaving me, the same thing you said last night. You can't do it peacefully, it won't go without a fight.
Okay, I might end the stream soon because, yeah, my stamina is tanking hard for some reason. So, yeah, just going to do this memory thing first and maybe take a break. Because I've been up since 7 a.m., 7:06 a.m., and it's now 11:15 almost in the night. So, yeah, my stamina is basically almost non-existent at this moment. And yeah, would explain why I have some neck pain and also my voice is failing a bit. So yeah, let's just finish this part. So for this we'll first implement a conversation buffer memory that stores the previous interaction. Next, we'll create a prompt template that we use to pass the messages stored in the memory to the LLM application while running the LLM application for new queries. Okay. It's basically to communicate with Gemini. Conversation buffer memory, memory key, chat history. Okay, we assign a key to later identify it. Alright. Chat prompt template. Might not be the same way in the case where I'm not using Gemini, but I'll find a way. Conversation chain, LLM chain. If the LLM is not the same... oh, but what is LLM chain? Line chain, chains, import LLM chain. Okay, do I require Gemini to use this library, or is it just something generic? Let me see. Chains. Abstract class for creating structured sequences of calls to components. Okay. That's a lot of things. Chain, map reduce chain, router chain. Okay. And what do you call an LLM chain? Which is the one being used here. Okay, this specific one. OpenAI, okay. Let's say this works. Because I really don't know at the moment. LM OpenAI, I mean. Okay, LM chain. You say the LLM is equal to OpenAI. Implements the standard runnable interface. Okay. So the one I use, which is... what was it? Llama CPP should be able to be fed into it. I think the LangChain just build the prompt you can pass on to your model. Yeah. That might be it, basically. So yeah, essentially this page might be the most educated guess at how I can implement the memory in my AI as well. Okay, output of the above code is as follows. The first prompt is, who is Elon Musk? Answer in one sentence. Second prompt, when was he born? The output for the first. Okay. Output for the second. Okay. How does memory work in LangChain? That's a lot to read. Now that we got the implementation correct, you might wonder how memory works. When a verbose parameter is set to true, object prints the prompt in each execution. Thus, the prompt used for each query is printed as shown in the example. This might be useful in the case of the client for me to track everything. Okay, output of the above code is as follows. Entering new LM chain, prompt after formatting, previous conversation, etc. Then, in the second part, it has previous conversation. It says what is the current question. Finish chain. Alright. Okay, I'm starting to understand. This is interesting. Conclusion. Implementing LLM-based applications with memory in LangChain can be fun and insightful. We suggest you experiment with the code and implement memory using the different types of memory. Okay. This will give you a good understanding of how memory works in LangChain. Here are some key takeaways. Ability of LLM applications to store and use information from past interactions is called memory. We need memory in our LLM-based applications to make them interactive. Correct. LangChain provides us with different memory types, such as conversation buffer memory, conversation buffer window memory, summary memory, summary buffer memory that we use to implement memory in LangChain applications. Then, what we also have the entity one. Is this basically included in all of them? Okay, whatever for now. I'm pretty much satisfied with what is being described here. This is already a good base for how I can implement it. I'm also going to include this. Okay. New functionalities. In here, I'll say Twitch integration with the client to filter out at first any requests done to the AI, just in case in the first maybe like months I'm going to monitor what is being input into the AI and say I allow it, I don't allow it, because otherwise this won't go well. I'm already predicting it. But yeah, for this one it's basically just doing the same I did for Discord. It's basically just grabbing an existing library and setting it up. Python Twitch. Let me see what exists. PyTwitch API. Okay. Can it be something like this one? Let's see. One thing I'm noticing is that right now the avatar isn't freezing as much, which is good. OBS is still being a piece of shit, but that's what it is today. So yeah, something ain't right. Okay. Initialize a Twitch instance. This will by default also create an app authentication for you. Call the API for the data. This returns an async generator. Oh, yes, we are just interested in the first result. Using the first helper makes this easy. Okay. App authentication, user authentication, auth token, chat. This will be the primary one that I will need to use. On ready, join the channel I define, Professor Leo in this case. On message, say that. On subscription, in this case I don't have subscriptions yet, but when I do, I can tell Tulip to say, for example, say thank you to the new subscriber, something like that. Test command, unsub, yeah. This is where we set up the bot. Okay. Okay, yeah. This is basically what I want. For now I'm going to keep it like that. And yeah, I think for today I'm going to call it off, because otherwise I might fall asleep on stream, because I'm already feeling the fatigue setting in. I don't think it was a good idea to set up a stream on the day I had to go to the office and be awake since 6 AM. I think that was a grave mistake on my part, but it was fun. I hope everyone enjoyed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow to work on the web framework and try to implement that code editor. So yeah, I'm going to sign off for now. I'm going to see how we rate on Twitch, and I'm going to go to sleep, or try to sleep. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Professor Leo.
Professor
thank you
Leo
for
rated my
raid.
stream with 1 viewers.
Welcome, singular viewer. Hello, hello. What the? When were we doing a jump catch game? What did I even win 5 of? You know what? Sure. I don't know anything about this streamer avatar's application. How can I add the specific git hash for installing a Pi project HOML? Because surely I can't just do this same thing but then put an at the end, right? Maybe. Maybe I think that's the way. Cute. My project HOML. And ats should be, where is the git hash for this? There we go. Resolution impossible. Ah, yeah, okay, I remember. Okay. I hate this. I hate this about... I hate this part about fucking projects, man. MCP requires this, but RVC requires this. We're just gonna install this version. Pip install, or UV pip install. 9. Install that and re-download. Switch to the RVC from Hugging Face? I'll look into that because this has been so annoying, but I'm pretty sure it still has the same dependencies now. Let me quickly check. Mangio. I won't be able to check without downloading this. This is gonna take a while.